It's July 2025 and it's Heritage Day weekend again, and we, as usual, will be putting on our exhibition as part of the whole celebration for the UNESCO World Heritage Site. This will be our 9th year that we're putting it on, and I'm very proud to say that we're able to put on these exhibitions and improve on my collection as well since the last one. So this is the second time we've had the Tingkat Exhibition. The first one was in 2018, and I think that the last time we had Tingkat tiffins and other food carriers, and that included both the enamel and the brass tingkats, and also the bakulsia, which is the ceremonial lacquered wedding baskets. But this time it's much more focused, it's only on the porcelain. So it all started with this set of tingkat here, which I acquired probably around 2008. So since the first inscription of Georgetown as a World Heritage Site. I've bought this at auction in New York because of its sheer beauty. I remembered, as I said in my book earlier, that I had come across one of these things in my friend's kitchen when I was a teenager, and coming across it again with the vibrant colors made me very excited. So, you know, when you collect things, after you buy the first one, your eyes open up to this particular genre, and then you start to see them around. Unfortunately, I think in the journey since 2008, which is really just less than 20 years, there are fewer and fewer sets around these days. I mean, at this exhibition, there's about 57 sets on display, and I suppose that's probably why, because there's 57 sets less on the market than there used to be. But I'm glad to have them all in one place because it's something that I don't think people actually collect on its own. Many of you will ask me why tingkats, you know. As I said, it's a nostalgia. It evokes a time when I was a teenager. And a lot of you will question whether this is actually Peranakan porcelain. Traditionally, if you look at it and the elements here, it doesn't fit into your typical Peranakan porcelain identification symbols. So there's no Buddhist symbols, there are no phoenixes, there are no peonies, and if you look at the universe of tingkats that I have in this exhibition, 80% of them are actually made from, have this baoxianghua design. I tried to look up different versions of this flower using AI, and it came up with different solutions. And I think at the end of the day, the most mystical explanation to describe this was the baoxianghua, which is the Buddhist everlasting flower. So the scroll is basically the everlasting and symbolizes everlasting continuity. And the flower is like a mixture of, to me it looks like an orchid, but it also can look like a stylized lotus. And look at this cover, the color on this cover is just a turquoise, which doesn't fit with everything, but it fits with everything as well. So anyway, this is an exciting exhibition for me because I'm able to categorize the porcelain into a lot more different categories than when I first had this exhibition 7 years ago. So we have the different genres here, but the biggest collection I have is the polychromes. The polychromes are basically these, like they here. There are 4 different colors in one set, or yeah, 4 different colors in one set. And the polychromes that I have behind me are basically divided into both the ones with cartouche and the ones without the cartouche. So that whole cabinet at the back, I think, has got about 20 odd, about 50% of the exhibition is there. What I consider to be the star of the whole show is the green peony Tingkats. And they are probably the only ones that have fit more into the Peranakan genre, because that design, the peonies and the green color, are seen throughout Peranakan porcelain, in kamchengs, in chupus, in tableware. So that actually, I'm very confident to say, is part of Nyonya ware, because we see the other designs in Peranakan homes. So the star of that is probably the biggest Tingkat I've come across. Now, even though it's only 2 tiers, I bought it because it was a great example of what it is. The color and the design is just amazing, the artwork. Plus, it's the biggest in terms of, by far, in terms of the size. This measures about 10 inches across in terms of the width, the diameter. So you can see when I was mentioning about the Mautan design, which is the peonies and the green, that it is found in kamchengs as well. So this is a very common, well, not that common, early design that was you'll find in Peranakan homes, this porcelain. So it's exactly the same genre. And so this design for Tingkats is probably the only ones that I can confidently say were part of Peranakan porcelain genre, because of the evidence we have in the kamchengs.
There were 27 Tingkats. This year, there are 58, with the last one just getting off the plane 2 days ago.